I want to welcome everyone to our first seminar of the conference, and thank you for attending. It's great to see so many friendly faces as we meet in person here for our 2023 annual conference. It was great to catch up with everyone and so many industry friends and meet some new ones all along the way last night.
Thanks, Steve. Great to see everyone here again this morning. Probably a few cobwebs in the brains if any of you are like me, but glad to see you all here today. So in 2016, we made a change to what we do at our conference every year. We used to give out gifts to speakers, and our board made the decision at that time that instead of giving out gifts for the 7th straight year, we've agreed to do it again this year, we make a donation on behalf of our speakers to the Special Olympics. Used to be the convoy, I guess. Now it's called the Special Ride. We make a donation on the speaker's behalf of $1,500 to the Special Olympics convoy in your name.
Special Olympics, when PMTC joined our partnership, and it's grown since. We have many member companies also who support us as sponsors. And each year I try to talk a little bit about the truck ride. What's important to know is where this support money goes, and it's in different places, in communities, in provinces, and across the country. But right now we have 17 Ontario athletes, 198 Canadian athletes in Berlin competing in their World Games at a World Game facility, the actual Olympic grounds. And it is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for them to first qualify, then be allowed this wonderful trip. They have numerous folks that go with them to support them, but we're seeing pictures coming back lifetime. Somebody went out of Calgary yesterday, a gold, and it is like the real deal, folks. And it is one of the, most enriching things you can have in your life. And that is right now, that's World Games, but every day they have practices, they have parks to pay for, and just support workers in general, uniforms all over. So this quick little clip that I brought will show you the difference you make with this contribution in their day-to-day life.
And that's a factor. I think I read as I came in this morning that in the UK, the interest rate was raised again. So this is something we're all keeping our eyes on. And again, of course, warehousing space, from what I can see, appears to be a very sought-after commodity. And so you put all that together and you're looking at a lot of M&A activity, and as they say, if you're either part of it or you're not part of it, I think you're still thinking about it, and it may still be affecting you with regard to your customers, your drivers, and even what's going on in North America.
Over the last 10 years, up until last year, and I think what we saw is the pandemic actually pushed a lot of people into this mode. For the first year of the pandemic, nobody wanted to change jobs. They wanted the security, they wanted the financial stability in their lives. They didn't know what the pandemic meant, and then all of a sudden they realized they could make some serious money by changing jobs, and so that opened the floodgates last year and helped drive up some of the driver turnover. I think the reality has come back down a little bit, and this is a really important number. We don't ask it in our survey here in Canada, but we do in the US, and the average onboarding cost for a new driver is going to end up around the $12,000 mark.
certifications. We were very much individual specific training, and we had a number of companies coming to us saying, you know, you support this person in their training and development. Do you have something broader, something more holistic? Like, how can we do this on a broader scale? And so we actually have created a couple of endorsement programs. One of them is an endorsed logistics employer program. And that's a program where companies who come to us and say, we're committed to investing in our people, we're committing to training and development, we actually stand behind them and say that they're an endorsed logistics employer, and they get a trust mark, and it's part of their 30-second elevator speech. So every interview that they conduct, they say, we believe in investing in you for training and development. We have a partnership with CITT. We've got a career path mapped out for you. Here are some of the things that we can offer on the training and development front.
Our shift was over. I got to be back in Calgary because the next day I start at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I get behind the wheel of the car and drive. I did that for 4 months. Why only 4 months? Because on my way home, one night, I fell asleep. Not dozed off, not did one of these, right? I literally fell asleep. I don't remember anything after that other than waking up on the other side of the road in the ditch. Thankfully, I was okay, but even more thankfully, I didn't impact or hurt anybody else.
Please stand and join me in welcoming our 2023 inductees, Yves Belanger, Alvin Carter, Dwayne Stake, and Grant Toller to the PMTC CPC Canada Logistics Hall of Fame for Professional Drivers.
Wally navigated the transportation division of Grey Ridge Eggs from 4 trucks when he started to 2 terminals, Strathroy and Liswell, and 46 trucks. He kept his drivers due to who he is. Some have been with him for 35 years. That kind of loyalty is earned. He runs a tight ship and works towards efficiency and assets and understanding for the rules of the road. Safety for him is a major factor. We have not had a catastrophic accident, and if you review the CVOR, you will see the rating is consistently excellent. Wally has had a hand in that too. Being a great dispatcher is not reflected in a day or even a year, but his lifetime career is proof that Wally is truly deserving of being recognized and honored as the Rick Austin Memorial Dispatcher of the Year. Please join me in honoring Wallace.
First, I have Tulu Lope right here. He has a Bachelor of Science in Human Kinetics and Health Education. He's also an experienced supply chain coordinator and operations manager. He is currently applying for jobs. He has a big interest in health and safety within our transportation industry, but he is open to other opportunities within the industry as well. Udam Sinachi, who you just met, he has a Bachelor of Pharmacy. He's experienced in logistics, and he's an experienced logistics and analyst. His experience also includes last mile delivery of public health commodities for both cold and non-cold chain. As you heard, his experience with HIV and some vaccine distribution, really inspiring. Karina Conde, she has a Bachelor of Science degree in chemical engineering. She's an experienced procurement engineer in international shipments by land, water, and air. These are just such small snippets of these students' resumes, and really exceptional. If you get the opportunity to come talk to them, please do. And they also deserve a round of applause because yesterday morning they just graduated.
That's great.
Yeah, so I'll just mention that BC and Quebec as examples, I think Alberta as well, have their own legislation that's a little bit different than PIPEDA. But if you're anywhere else or you're federally regulated, so like if you're going across provincial borders, PIPEDA is going to apply. So you know, if you're local in BC, you're in that act. But otherwise, pretty much PIPEDA is going to apply.
Well, thanks for that. And the reason why we bring this up is more and more as fleets tend to evolve, underwriting certainly starts to evolve from an insurance standpoint. And what you'll find is that some insurance companies out there would actually use that driver behavioral data to price up your risks. So to sort of future-proof yourself, you know, you want to kind of stay ahead of that curve.
I rely heavily on my network, my 40-year network. I don't believe in national averages. I think far too often we believe we're reading the paper and it doesn't affect you. It's a crazy business, and I think we put too much credence in what the press says. It often does apply to us. And I think today it's easier than ever to stay relevant with LinkedIn and things like that. There's just so much information out there that it's easier than ever to actually stay relevant. It's really how you use that and how you lead the organization. Because I said, like I surround myself. I've got a whole team of 40 employees. I like to think 90% of them are smarter than I am on a day-to-day basis. But my job is to take what they give me, what the industry gives me, and chart the course for the next 5 or 10 years.
I like that. Now, Matt, you're the dashing young buck of the group. If you were to give some advice to the old gentleman on the end there, what would it be in terms of you know, the changes that you've seen and how he can stay on top of current events?
I'm not cheering for the Boston Bruins, buddy.
Yeah, well, Mike said in the lead up to this I couldn't say anything about cheering for the Bruins, so I'll go with just stop cheering for the Leafs.
I am too.
Yeah, I really don't think I'm in any position to give advice to Mike. I've known Mike since I was a kid, basically.
Since your child labor days?
Since my child labor days, yeah. He was probably encouraging it. So I don't think I'm in the position to do that. I've always looked up to Mike. For the purpose of the panel, if there was going to be any advice at all, it would just be don't change. Mike, I think your passion and what you do to promote the industry is admirable, and the honesty that you tell it with is something that we all should aim for.
Bonuses. This program has been strongly embraced by the drivers and has resulted in significant performance improvements. All of these efforts paid dividends as John Deere's fleet has an incredible CVOR violation rate of only 2.11% and an accident ratio of 2.3 per million kilometers. Congratulations to John Deere Canada ULC on receiving the 2023 PMTC Arriva Fleet Safety Award in the medium fleet category. Another private fleet safety award in the large fleet category over 75 trucks goes to Home Hardware Stores Limited. Jason Libralesso, Director of Transportation, Vince Mazzanud, Manager Outbound Transport, and Carrie Barkley, Supervisor Dispatch, Durbert, Nova Scotia. Please join me in congratulating Max Sundquist for receiving the PMTC KRTS 2023 Commercial Motor Vehicle Driver Training Scholarship.
And our final category in the Fleet Graphics Award is Tractor Trailer. An award goes to Giant Tiger and Giant Tiger Marketing. Every year I see the Giant Tiger equipment rolling up and down the road. It's quite outstanding. So congratulations, James, to you and your team. We have an honorable mention in the same category for Sleeman Breweries and Raymond and Collins. If anybody's here from... Congratulations. Congratulations to all our participants this year in the graphics competition. That concludes our graphics awards and ceremonies for 2023.
So minor administrative and minor record keeping violations, moderate contraventions, so things like on-duty drive limitations, off-duty requirements, some more serious record-keeping contraventions that increase risk, and contraventions that hamper compliance monitoring. And then finally, there would be a tier of severe contraventions, so tampering, falsification, or obstruction, very serious record-keeping contraventions, and the more serious on-duty drive limitations and rest requirement contraventions.
That will allow us to do maintenance on a CNG tractor or a CNG delivery truck. And that has been an issue. We have a lot of new buildings that we're building right now, and they're all being built CNG capable for the maintenance jobs.
But we've had programs combined. So it's a very, very correlated, this one, but there's a lot of opportunity to use the data to drive sustainability, which is what Iona is doing with her ELD solution.
So sometimes when you see straps out there and you're not sure the name, or somebody says, I can make some for you, buyer beware. This is
Annette's friend, who you would have saw here last year, she took a week off of her work so she could work for us for the week. So we thank her for helping Annette out to help organize and run this. And the last thank you, of course, goes to Annette, who spends all the time dealing with the sponsors, dealing with the attendees, helping organize, set this up, do the communications ahead of time, as well as deals with me. So thank you. All right, with that, we say we like to end something on time. We're scheduled to end at 11:45 and it's 11:10. So look at that. Thank you once again. We'll see you all here next year, hopefully. Golf tournament in September. May see you again then. Thanks for a great event. Thanks for a great year and your support. So thank you.